Hey guys, this is Minishcap1 back with another replay review slash commentary, and the reason that I want to go over this game specifically is because it's a game where pretty much my entire team lost their lane slash jungle besides me, and I translated that into a hard carry, and the way I did that is I purchased a Zz'Rot portal as my first item, so I kind of changed my build a little bit. Instead of going Righteous Glory first, I went Zz'Rot portal first, and using that, I would set it down in certain lanes to help delay the push that the enemy team was trying to do with their lead. So for instance, this game, I have flat AP glyphs, flat AP quintessences, flat armor yellows, and magic pen reds. The reason that I took all of this flat AP and a dark seal at level 1 is because this much flat AP at level 1, specifically 43 on Singed, helps you to win trades versus almost every melee fighter in the game from levels 1 through 3, I think? So 1 through 3 or 1 through 4. It depends on the matchup, but usually 1 through 4. Which makes Singed early game pretty strong, and it makes him pretty hard to all in. Masteries, 18-0-12 like usual, running Deathfire Touch. And you'll be able to find runes and masteries both in the description. So Riven here, she's trying to do her Riven cheese, which is she will take one little blue camp and use that to get level 2 off the first wave and go for an all-in. And because of this, I have to give Kha'Zix a really light leash, and I have to try and zone her out. While she's being zoned out, I decide to walk to my lane. Kha'Zix finishes his camp, no big deal. And you noticed that earlier I actually warded right up here to see where Evelyn is starting, because versus Evelyn, you can't actually ward entrances, you have to ward her camps if you're going to ward, because she just passes through your regular wards. Right here, I got the lane late, and Riven's pushing into me. This is actually really good, because you want Riven to push into you early, because you can try and freeze it right over here by your tower, and fling her in if she gets too close. Alright, so my team actually gets first blood on Draven, which is good. And at this point, I'm thinking, you know, nothing can go wrong. We have my bot lane's winning. Usually in high elo, when your bot lane wins, it's pretty easy to play safe and just make play as front line for your bot lane. Right here, yeah, but that ends up being completely wrong, by the way. They don't do so well here in a little bit. But right here, I'm freezing it in this spot, right outside of my tower. Ideally, I want to freeze it just a little, just barely closer to my tower, so I can fling Riven in and her take a tower shot. But right here, it still puts her at a pretty decent risk. If I get like the perfect fling, she'll definitely take a tower shot. Sadly, I don't think I actually get any of those perfect flings, but it still puts a lot of pressure on her to like unfreeze the lane and play aggressively. It starts unfreezing, so right here, I want to push this in towards her as fast as I can, but I also want to save mana, so she's using her shield to try and bait my fling and make me spend mana. I'm not falling for it. I just want to shove the wave and get it back into her tower after it unfreezes, because I don't want to have it be stuck in the middle of the lane and be vulnerable to an Evelyn gank, especially when I'm unwarded. So this ward that I'm putting down, I'm actually putting on the Scuttle Crab camp, because that's an early game objective that Evelyn usually likes to go for. And if you were to ward here in the river or ward here in the tribush, you wouldn't see her coming anyways. So just remember, versus Evelyn, you always want to ward her camps, or just camps in general. You don't want to try and ward entrances with yellow wards, because she will just walk right past them. Keep in mind right now, I don't know where Evelyn is, that's why I'm not playing up. Lane's pushing towards me, and I don't want to put myself at risk of being ganked. Bot lane dies, and then they die to the Evelyn gank here, I think. No, okay. So she actually ganked, but it didn't help them get the kill. They just died 2v2. But now I know that Evelyn's bottom. But the creep wave here is a lot bigger now, so I don't actually want to go up that into it to trade with Riven. I want it to just push into me and kind of like cull the wave a little bit. So here I'm just trying to set up a freeze again. I'm baiting Riven's shield. I don't really want to fling her too much, because I want this first laning phase to be as long as possible, because I just want, she got a good trade on me there, so I had to pop my last charge of my potion. I just want this laning phase to go for as long as possible, but also as safe as possible, so I can get the best starting buy that I can, emphasize my early game power spike. So here, we blew a lot of summoners to get the Evelyn kill, and it ends up being okay, I guess, just 1-for-1, except they have the summoner advantage because Malzahar blew both, Kha'Zix blew both, but Corki only blew one. He only blew Flash, and he still has a barrier. So I ended up recalling after that last wave, and my first back I bought Boots of Speed and the Dark Seal. I bought Boots because I just want to, like... I had, I think it was, yeah, so I had 650 gold, which means that I bought a Dark Seal, I bought Boots of Speed, because there's not really much else that you can buy. Yeah, I could have bought, like, a Mana Crystal or something, but honestly, I'd rather have Boots above Mana Crystal for this early on in the game, because just having the speed advantage makes it so you can, like, because Riven didn't actually buy Boots. That means I have a speed advantage, so I can probably get away from a gank if Evelyn were to gank me, like, right now. So here I just wanted Scott for Evelyn again, so I ward over here. Unfortunately, I didn't know this, but she had just got done taking the camp, so... I see that the camp is empty, and I'm assuming that she's either near topside, or she was just here and left to go clear bot side. And if she is bot side, then it's safe for me to play up, but if she's topside, then it's not safe for me to play up. So here, yeah, again, I'm just waiting for... Oh, I gotta rewind. Just waiting for Singed, or not Singed, sorry, I'm waiting for Riven to push this wave. I look at her inventory and I saw that she had a serrated Dirk, so I don't want to, like, fight her. I go for the fling on her, but she flashes away. I see that she's really low, and so I assume we could get her, but she does a really good stun here, and she stuns me out of my fling, and she gets double kill on us. Now, at this point, I know that that was a really bad play by me, and I assumed that the game was over, but... and because in addition to that double kill that Riven just got, they end up killing my bot lane down here through Evelyn lane gank, I think. Yeah, so they get a double kill here. At this point, you know, my team's like raging in the chat. They're calling each other idiots, but the main thing you gotta realize is that you shouldn't, like, say irrelevant things in the chat, even if you're, like, really angry. I didn't buy anything on that buy because I didn't have any money to get anything, like, useful. I guess I could have gotten a pink ward, but that's a mistake that I made. So I see Riven's back here. I don't want to take any damage to clear those last 3 minions, so I decide that I'm going to walk around and try and go for a proxy play. I don't know that Evelyn is on the top side of the jungle, but I should have probably realized it because the last time I checked her jungle, the top side was cleared. I'm just going for a proxy here, yada yada, and then Evelyn sees this and she starts walking up for a gank. I see Riven, I don't see Evelyn, so I pop my ult here, go for the fling on Riven, but they end up catching back to me anyways because Riven at this stage in the game with 2 damage items and me just having boots is going to end up with her completely killing me anyways. With the help of the Evelyn DPS. You can see my my bot lane is still dying, unfortunately. Yeah, so they get a kill on Leo there, which is good, but we're still behind a lot, and my team is still pretty angry at each other. This buy, I bought a Raptor Cloak, and the reason why I did this, you'll see in a second, because I'm going to finish Zz'Rot, but the idea behind this, and not going my usual Righteous Glory first, is that I see that everywhere, pretty much everywhere, my team is getting shit on. So, the logic of me going Zz'Rot first is to have that little bit of armor to hopefully stop a Riven all-in, which you'll see here, I think. No? Never mind. Okay, yeah, so she goes for the all-in here. And she gets it, but she ends up overcommitting because I'm just a little bit tankier than she expected me to be because of Raptor Cloak, and end up getting the return kill on her. So, the reason I'm going Zz'Rot first is because I'm seeing that everybody, everywhere, pretty much everywhere on the map is losing, and I just want to try and use the Zz'Rot and put it under one of my towers to stall a push, that they're going to do with their lead. If I can stall them from pushing with the lead that they accumulate through these early game kills, that means that I can stall the game and make their lead worth less just because I buy a Zz'Rot portal. Here I go for the teleport play. I want to go for the major kill here, which is going to be Draven. Right now I realize that Malzahar could have probably gotten him without me, and I could have probably stayed on Leona and gotten the kill. Here Corki pretty much goes full retard and tries to fight me, even though I have my ult running and I have Corrupting Potion running. So I just swing him back into Malzahar. He uses his QSS, and I just turn and use my poison damage and auto attacks to finish the kill here. Leo ends up going in, and then we get a return kill on her too. So that teleport ended up being really, really, really worth it. I saw them overcommitting over here. I went to teleport in the minion, and I got kills, or my team probably wouldn't have been able to do it without me. Because of this, Riven ends up getting top turret, but that's fine. That's like a trade that you have to make. You like in this game, I decided that I would have to give up that top tower in order to help my team make it out of this really terrible early game that we were having. So I finished Zz'Rot here, and instantly I start typing to Malzahar, I'm going to put this Zz'Rot in mid lane. And immediately he starts telling me, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, because he like thinks it's gonna mess up his farm, which it barely messes up his farm. It doesn't mess it up that much at all. And he's like raging at me in chat, don't put it there, don't put it there. But I'm gonna put it there anyways because I know that that's what I need to do to win this game. I need to stall this game because once this bot tower falls, their bot lane duo is gonna run mid and start taking this tower, and I don't want that to happen. Also, if Corki leaves lane, this lets Malzahar get a really good push. But yeah, before you do this type of strategy, make sure that you tell your mid laner what you're doing. Because if you don't, they're probably going to tilt. Here, Riven's going for a TP. I thought that she completed it. Apparently, she canceled it, which is why I'm pushing this here. I totally expected her to be bot and just like camping in the bush like a retard, but she doesn't. So yeah, I'm going for the wave clear here. I just want to get this wave into the tower as fast as possible, make her lose as much as I can. In my mind, she's still a bot, but she's not. I see her here, and I'm caught pretty off guard. And I try to go for the goofling. I miss it, and I assume that she would all-in me there. I really thought that she would all-in me there as soon as I missed the goofling, but she didn't, so I lucked out even though I popped ult. I buy Merc Treads here. I'm going to rewind. I'm just going to put the camera up here so you guys can see what happens. Evelyn's lane ganking. I bought the Merc Treads on this back because I noticed that Leo has a lot of CC, Evelyn has some CC, and Riven has a stun. So my initial plan going into this game was to buy Ninja Tabby because they have 1, 2, 3 auto-attacking champions, but I buy the Merc Treads because I need to just get in there and be a disruptor. And if it wasn't like a normal AD mid, say if this was like a Varus or something instead of Corki, I would have bought Tabby. But having a little bit of magic resist in addition to the tenacity really helps, because the magic resist gives me just 1 extra slot to have magic resistance versus Corki, who is primarily magic damage. Remember that Corki does magic damage, but he builds AD items. I'm gonna rewind this here. It's pretty obvious that after this push, that Riven goes into this jungle. I've been pinging him this entire time, but Malzahar just ends up walking in and dying to Riven anyways. And as this is going on, as this suppression is happening, he hits enter and types to me. He says, "I'm really tilted from your Zz'Rot mid." To which I responded to him, "Quit being a solo queue player. I'm trying to stall the game so we can come back and win." And he didn't really type anything after that because as you can see here, where Corki usually would have been able to push into this tower and get tower damage, he kind of can't. He can't do it because of my Zz'Rot being there. So I'm just pushing this in. Yeah, I'm just pushing this in. It's kind of boring. But I'm making Riven lose CS for doing her fight. I assumed she was behind this tower, but I noticed that they just did Dragon, so and I noticed that the red buff's up, so Eve's not going to be able to come up here and fight me. She starts fighting me here, so I just ult and run away. I don't want to actually like be the victim of an Evelyn gank or a Riven all-in. And with my ult running, with these items, it's hard for her to kill me. Gonna rewind and focus on that teleport that I canceled. So the reason that I made this TP was because I saw that Jhin was getting engaged on, and I thought he would last a little bit longer, but he didn't. He just died instantly. As soon as Jhin died, I canceled the TP, because if I were to TP in now and try and save this fight, then they would have just turned on me and killed me too, because my ult is down, and Draven killing a Singed with no ult at this stage in the game is absolutely no problem for him. Kha'Zix runs in here, gets a kill on Draven. That's a good... I guess it's not a good trade, but it's the best trade you could have gotten for those 2 deaths. These 2 are doing Rift Herald. Gotta kind of expect it at this point, because of how far ahead they are. And at this point, I'm starting to build into a Righteous Glory. The reason I'm going to a Righteous Glory instead of like a damage item like a Riley's is because I think Righteous Glory is the single best singed item in the game. And having that to add to bolster my tankiness from Zz'Rot, the defensive stats, you need to have some sort of HP pool behind your defensive stats from Zz'Rot to make it even better. And Righteous Glory is just such a good core item on Singed because of all of the engage and utility that it gives you. I'm gonna rewind for this this Riven. She teleports bottom, and she gets a kill onto my Kha'Zix, but she ends up dying to my Jin's fourth auto, which is actually a really good trade because we got a shutdown on Riven there, and getting that on a Jhin is really, really good. Karma flashes that. I put my Zz'Rot over here instead of like back here because I know that Riven's dead and I can just push this tower as much as I can. I know that as soon as I go for this wave that Evelynn is probably going to be there, and yeah, she shows up, so I pop my ult, and I don't want her to like kill me or anything, so I just pop my ult and start running away. I pop Ghost too, but I notice that she's going to try and go to clear this wave, so I just run in and start autoing the tower, and then I run away. Tell my team that Eve used her ult on me. Again, my team dies bottom, but hey, you know, I'm used to it at this point. By the 2 major components of Righteous Glory, and I see Riven pushing mid, so I start heading mid to try and stall her push. So Kha'Zix face checks Riven, and he pretty much instantly dies. I did not know that Eve was up here, but it was good that I didn't try and chase this Riven down and kill her, because then they would have just killed me too. And I assumed anyways that because I don't have that many damage items at all right now that I wouldn't have been able to kill her. So right here, I see that Corki's bottom, and he's really pushed up, so I want to ideally try and rotate to kill him. Sadly, Leona is zoning me out, so I can't make it bottom just yet. I go to kill this ward right here, so Leo doesn't know exactly where I am. They start pinging Corki back, but he's just going for kills. Can't believe he got that kill. Karma does a pretty good bait here, and gets the 1 for 2. This is not really a bait if both of my bot laners die, but hey, you know, shit happens. Draven's up here farming. And me, I'm running bottom to try and clear this wave and just push it all the way back as far as I can before someone shows up, because I don't want it to freeze on my bot lane. Because Draven's actually not... he didn't kill that Zz'Rot really early, I end up getting a good amount of gold out of it. Because I was technically farming 2 lanes at once. I see Riven show up, so I immediately start backing up and heading back towards mid. The reason I put Zz'Rot there is, again, I want to try and stall them from pushing this mid tower as long as I can. See these 2 going for top. So I start walking over. I have Ghost and ult both, so I'm gonna use it to try and get whatever fight I can here. Malz gets a pretty decent silence on a Leona, and I just gun it for Draven, zone him out. I see Eve there. I try and fling her back out. Doesn't work. My bot lane gets a kill on Riven while this is going down, so that's good. Kha'Zix dies. Where did Kha'Zix die? Hold on. Did he die bottom? Okay, yeah. So Kha'Zix died bottom. And basically, I'm just trying to hold that tower with whatever I can. While all that's going on, my Zz'Rot is still mid. I see Corki trying to kill it. I just said fuck it. I blew my teleport on the Zz'Rot because I don't want him to kill it. He messes up his micro, and then just tries. He takes a tower shot trying to like stall my Zz'Rot or kill my Zz'Rot, which has been stalling this mid lane, and he's probably getting pretty frustrated at this point. I see Eve to the left, so I know right now that they could probably tower dive me. Malzahar dies here, I'm pretty sure, because if Malzahar dies there, we lose that tower, but that's not the worst thing. I just want to keep these mid lane towers up as long as I can, because this is the shortest lane. This is the easiest lane for them to push. I just want to keep it up as long as I can. Just tanking Corki a little bit, making sure to try and dodge his skill shots. I see Eve on the left right there. I know that shit might go down, but I see Kha'Zix behind me, and Corki's been overextending for a bit here, just trying to harass me. Something you might notice me doing is I'll put my slow on the creep wave to just slow the minions down even just that much more. I see Corki overextend. I cancel his escape with my fling, and we get the kill on Corki, and we actually get Kha'Zix out because Karma shields him. At this point, I'm recalling because my Zz'Rot's in mid, it's holding, and Karma's there too. I finish Righteous Glory, and immediately I start building the Leandries. I buy a Blasting Wand because that's all I can buy at this point. And by the way, buying on Leandries. Okay, so I did not know that Riven was here, but I'm gonna talk about that the Leandries build order here in a second, the component build order after this little all-in that she tries to do. So Riven goes for the all-in on me here. I ult. I fling her. No, I don't fling her just yet because it's down. But I pop RG. I get the slow. She starts diving me because it looks like she can dive me right at this point. But I get a good glue fling on her right here. And zone her out. She comes back on me again, and I just keep kiting. I have point runner from Zz'Rot. I'm just still kiting her. And eventually Kha'Zix runs in and kills her. Unfortunately, they get my mid tower, but they got the mid tower a lot later than they would have normally gotten it. So it ends up being pretty worth. Also because Jhin is getting a lot of farm here. I think he actually dies to Corki here, but it works out okay. Okay, so he doesn't die to Corki just yet. I think he actually gets out. So yeah, he flashes that wall. Corki doesn't have flash. He used his W twice. And my Jhin walks out. I put Zz'Rot here just to do the same thing that it was doing before, which is stall this tower and pressure mid lane. Because putting the Zz'Rot back here, you can actually still hit this mid tower. It just has to be like right about here is actually the maximum range limit for Zz'Rot to still hit this tower right here. So at this point, I see Riven's bottom, but I see my top lane's pushing in. I don't want to be away from my team because my teleport's down, and they start to try and group up to push. We get a good 1-for-1 here on the Evelynn. I'm gonna actually run this fight and play it out from the beginning. So they know that Malzahar is clearing vision because he just cleared this pink ward, and so he does a decent all-in on Eve here. Yeah, so Eve dies, and then Kha'Zix starts getting focused. I try and just zone Draven out. I don't want him to finish my carry, so I'm not flinging him in. I'm flinging him away because of how low Kha'Zix was and how low Malzahar died. But yeah, I'm flinging him away, not in. I'm pinging danger on the Riven because I know she's down here. I got a good slow on her and zone her away from my team. Unfortunately, these two are still over here for some reason. I'm not sure why they're still, like, I'm not sure why Jhin and Karma are still over here instead of, like, over here underneath the tower just helping to stall. But they just keep going in, and we try and, like, finish Riven off, but she shields herself and gets out. I'm putting poison down to try and zone the enemy, but it's not working, obviously. I put another glue down to try and not only slow Draven, but also stall the creep wave, and just make it so that my Zz'Rot can stall this tower as long as possible. These two just simply refuse to go back under the tower. I don't know why. They keep fighting, and then they both die for it. You know, I expected it to happen because of how they've been playing. But while that happened, I managed to clear the wave and got mid lane pushing against them, so they can't get any objectives out of it. Oh, right, yeah, so Zz'Rot build order, or Leandry's build order, sorry. The reason I bought Blasting Wand first is because I did not have 600 gold, or sorry, 1600 gold. If you have 1600 gold, you should buy Haunting Geist first, because you get Magic Pen and AP and HP. You get 3 things from Haunting Geist for 1600 gold. However, I only had 900 gold. So instead of doing that, I bought a Blasting Wand instead of just buying 1 HP crystal and selling my Dark Seal, or buying 1 Amplifying Tome and selling my Dark Seal, because I have 10 stacks in this Dark Seal. I've had 10 stacks in this Dark Seal, and I want to keep it that way as long as I can, because this is going to be 40 AP. 45 AP, sorry. So Malzahar gets caught here. It's amazing to me that Evelyn managed to catch him still, even though he had slows on her with his Rylai's, and he was ghosted and running away. But hey, junglers are fucking OP this season, so what can you do? Off of that pick, I know that they're probably going to do Baron. There's really not much that I can do about it, so my next best option is... I dropped my blue ward on there. Next best option is to just push the lanes as fast as I can and try and stall it out. So here I finished Zz'Rot, and I built a cloth armor because I want to go into a GA. The reason that I'm not gonna rewind. The reason that I'm not buying a Rylai's here is because I am the only tank for my team, and I'm the one who's been making plays. I can't afford to die. If I die, my team dies. That's why I'm buying a GA right now, because I'm hard carrying. I want to be able to stay alive. Corki overextends here to try and push his Baron lead. We get a pick on Riven, that's good. But I'm over here fighting Corki. I get a Righteous Glory slow and a fling on him. Malzahar comes in. I'm kiting because I don't want to take auto attacks. I'm just like kiting him with poison. And we finish the kill on him. So that's 2 people that we picked off there. 2 people now on their team don't have Baron buff. And I see that this mid lane, still pushing towards them. Still pushing in the other direction that it technically should be pushing because we have a Zz'Rot. So I clear one more wave, and after this, I decide to recall. So every single time my Zz'Rot spits out a bug, it just stops the wave for just that little bit of a split second. It just stops it barely for a little bit. Malzahar can also create his own minions, which also just stop the wave from moving forward for a bit. Finish my chain vest. So as you can see, just putting the Zz'Rot mid lane has stopped them from has mostly stopped them from pushing their advantage. They got our tier 1 mid, but they haven't gotten tier 2. So here we take this tower with the help of my Zz'Rot. I peel Malzahar and I just try and get away. She misses the ult on me. Even if she had, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten out. But yeah, she misses the ult, and I just ping. I just spam pinging everyone. Get back, get back, get back, get back. And the reason I'm doing that is because I don't have my ult up right now, and because I don't have ult, that means I can't fight. We get a good pick on Riven. I still don't have ult, but I want to try and catch this Corki. And the reason I want to catch this Corki is because he's committing really, really, really hard to try and kill my Kazakhs. So even though I use my ult late that fight, we still get 2 picks. We lose Jhin to Evelyn, but Riven misses her ult, and I start running bottom to try and save this turret because she's pushing it and my Zz'Rot's holding mid. So here's actually something that I did wrong. I'm pinging my team to back off of the Cloud Drake because in my mind I'm thinking it's just a Cloud Drake, we don't need it that much, and they're still really far ahead. Technically they might be able to 3v4 you guys while I'm back in the base. In hindsight, that wasn't the right call by me, and it was correct of my team to take the dragon here instead because they actually didn't get engaged on. Still, my Zz'Rot's still pushing mid, it's still stalling this game, and it's still pressuring the enemy team. So here, even though my teleport's about to be up, I just want to stay mid. I know that Corki picked up his package, and I don't want my team to get into any fights without me because, as I said before, I'm the one carrying this game. Zz'Rot's still stalling. I miss a fling on Corki because apparently you can't fling him out of the big rocket thing. I didn't know that. I start pinging my team back because you want to make absolutely sure that your solo queue teams never ever fight without you having your Singed ultimate up. Singed fighting without his ultimate is just about the worst thing that he can do, at least in a team fight sense. He might be able to like 1v1 the enemy jungler or the enemy support, maybe, without his ult, but even then it's still a really long shot. Singed late game really needs his ult up to function properly. So, here, they're still trying to push. Zz'Rot's still stalling them. I'm just going to rewind it just a bit. Yep, as you can see, they're just trying to push. They're trying to group. At this point, they're saying, you know, we're still 10 kills ahead. We're still a lot of gold up. We should try and push. But they have to keep worrying about these Zz'Rot bugs just stalling ever so slightly. My team keeps putting slows on the minion wave, and we just keep stalling that wave. We keep stalling that wave. It's stopping them from getting any damage on this tower at all. They have not hit it one time. Okay, so maybe a minion hit it once, but they haven't hit it once. So, we got a pretty good snare on Corki there. He, the reason he lived is because he has QSS and he uses to cleanse the Deathfire Touch from Jhin, otherwise he would have died. I see Riven pushing top. I see a fight going down here. Fortunately, my team wins this one, because at this point, I've managed to solve the game and long enough to a point where they can actually win a 4v4. The reason I put my Zz'Rot here, I'm going to play that back from my perspective. So I see Riven pushing. I just try and avoid her. I don't want to fight her. I get a Goofling on her. She takes a ton of damage from my turret. The reason I put Zz'Rot here is because I don't want her to split. My team already won. And I'm pinging them back here. I'm pinging them back because Riven's trying to go for a flank on them. I see her come out right here, and I try and pop my Righteous Glory, Ghost, and ult to try and stall her away from getting to my team. But she still flashed onto them, kills 2, but we end up getting her instead. And at this point, I'm tanky enough to where these two together, they can't kill me. So I end up killing Draven and end up killing Corki here too. I'm just way too tanky, and with Leandries I still have really good damage, as you can see him dying. I can't really get any objectives on myself, it's in, so I'm just trying to clear a wave and then recall. So the reason that I bought the Needlessly Large Rod for Rylai's instead of the Giant's Belt is because I need just straight up damage. I'm already very tanky. I have I have 3,000 health without this Elixir of Iron. And the reason I bought Elixir of Iron on top of it is because I can tell that this game is reaching a peak, and I really, really, really want to do well in the next team fight because I need to be the one who does well. I'm 8-3-4. I'm legit carrying like 1v9 right now. So they push forward to try and poke me. We scout Riven, make her pop her ult and run away. So shit goes down here. I go for the pick on Draven, and I still manage to get it because he gets slowed. And I get the flank on him. We kill him instantly. Riven doesn't have ult, so she's split pushing bottom. And then we just basically clean up the fight. I get the kill on Leona with poison. I get the kill on Eve with I think Malzahar flashes and gets her. Yeah, he gets her here. Then Corki has to run away. I'm teleporting bottom because I don't want Riven to get an inhibitor here. But that also means that my team has to. If I walked up to like stop her TP, she would have killed me 100% because I don't have my ult up. I didn't know she was teleporting there anyways. So this means that my team has to get this Baron without my help. 4v2. Kha'Zix is kind of low, so this could have easily ended up pretty bad. But thankfully, my Jhin and my Malzahar are both really, really, really fucking strong now, and they can zone her out. Her ult doesn't even hit Baron. We get the Baron kill, and we just run away. So yeah, I'm pinging on my team that I need just like 100 gold to finish Rylai's here, and then I run bot to get this wave, and then I recall and finish Rylai's. You'll see in this last team fight that Rylai's is actually pretty good. So we just got the Cloud Dragon, we have a big wave bottom, so my team's gonna head down there. So we clear the mid wave, and then for some reason Kha'Zix stays mid. It ends up being an okay call, but I just start running towards bottom. I had no idea Riven was in there. But we get this tower really quickly. I see Riven like pop out right here, and immediately I'm going to turn and try and zone her out, but she doesn't actually go for my team. I was thinking about engaging on her here, but it ends up being the right call not to because she just hops over. And she goes mid to try and stall Kha'Zix's split. Eve engages on my team here. I pop everything. I have to try and go for Corki or Draven. I want Corki or Draven here. I end up getting Corki. We got the kill on him. I'm slowing them all with my Rylai's right now, and then I get out barely. I still have my G8 up. Keep that in mind. Malzahar flashes forward. I'm gonna rewind that. You don't want to tank turret too long. Yeah, so here Malzahar flashes forward, or he doesn't flash forward, he just straight up ults him and kills him. Riven, for some reason, Riven is still chasing my Kazakhs around. We just start pushing to win. I put my Zz'Rot down, and we just start pushing and ending. But yeah, so basically the thing that I want you guys to take away from this replay is that you can stall games pretty hard with the proper use of a Zz'Rot portal, and you can make teams tilt really easily. So Rylai's just gets the slow on Evelynn, and then my team chases her down for the kill. And we just kind of cluster on the Nexus and kill it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that replay review commentary. Zz'Rot is not something that I'd rush normally, but because my team was pretty much all losing, it ended up being a-okay. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Like, comment, and subscribe.